Gerrit Cole and Giancarlo Stanton out for the season? The Yankees have a problem. So Gerrit Cole lost 74 games to start the 2024 season. Giancarlo Stanton, historically, injuries have been associated to him. Like Brian Cashman said, pretty much it's always guaranteed that he will be injured. Paraphrasing. In the same token, Gerrit Cole, he is 34. He is a power pitcher that has thrown a lot of innings. And unfortunately, story always tells itself. When you actually throw so many innings, you are a power pitcher like he is. When injuries start catching up, they don't stop. Gerrit Cole has been a workhorse, not only for the Yankees, as well as for the Pirates and the Astros. That might be catching up with him. Giancarlo Stanton, unfortunately, his career has not been greater, most likely associated precisely with injuries. So, even though that Gerrit Cole is saying that he is optimistic, the current situation, Gerrit Cole is going for further testing. He has elbow issues. That is never good news. When you have to go further imaging for your elbow and you are a pitcher, you only can try and do the famous prep for the worst, hope for the best. But being optimistic is all the Yankees might have at this point. Gerrit Cole might be done for the season. It's never a good sign that a power pitcher that missed that many games the previous season, a year removed, starts out spring training with what he himself called a much better preparation as he went into spring training earlier. And yet, the result is that he might actually be facing either another extended run of injury or maybe even loss for the season. Again, cautiously optimistic might be. But still, whenever an elbow issue comes up, you better brace for impact. It's likely going to be horrible. With Giancarlo Stanton, we already knew that he was going to miss time, that he was not going to open the season. However, further reports are indicating that he actually might need multiple surgeries associated with his elbow issues that could keep him out for the season more likely than not. That is horrible news for the Yankees, and that is actually just part of the situation that gets worse. The Yankees have a problem. That problem is conditioning. Unfortunately, the Yankees continuously have had, in several years now, problems with players getting injured prior to the season and missing time. It was not only Gerrit Cole that lost time last year to begin the season. The Yankees had multiple injuries. So they did during the season. In fact, if we go even a season before that, in 2023, they even lost out on Jason Dominguez, who is expected to start his first full season of the majors this time around. They had injuries in every single department. No matter the age of the player, they're running into injuries. Now, look, you might actually go ahead and say, well, it's unlucky by them. Injuries happen. Yes, that is true. However, when you are the top-notch organization, you are the standard. And this must actually be looked at closer. The Yankees have multiple players right now that are looking to miss time. As far as pitchers, you can add Luis Hill, who we found out in recent days, he will be missing out at least 3 months, which will carry into, pretty much losing about half the season if everything goes well. Maybe a little less than half, but still he's going to miss a bunch of time. DJ LeMahieu, yes, he's getting up there in age. He's going to lose time. JT Brubaker, he's not going to be starting the season. They recently acquired from the Pirates as well. There is injuries after injuries that are piling up on the Yankees. And it's one thing that you get injured during the season. The seasons are long and they are strenuous on the body for sure. Another thing is, when these injuries happen in spring training, that's where you really want to wonder, what is the problem with the conditioning of the Yankees? Because there definitely seems to be one, unless you, again, want to go with the fate thing of, well, they're just unlucky right now. You might actually say, well, they went to the World Series in 2024. They did. and they lost. And yes, you might actually associate that to the fact that they were facing the favorite team, the alien level Dodgers. You know what? You can still actually trace the fact that they lost. And you can also trace that Gerrit Cole, their ace pitcher, was never at 100%. Those late starts, especially as you get older, no, they do not help. Coming back from an injury does not help. Marcus Stroman is likely set to begin in the opening in the rotation, begin the season at least, and for an extended amount of time. This could only sum up to maybe Cookie, Carlos Carrasco, also having to do a merry-go-round in the rotation. This is not the way the Yankees looked to start the season for sure. A season in which the Yankees are expected by many, myself included, to repeat their visit to the World Series and possibly this time get the job done. However, with complications looming in the horizon for pitching wins games. Missing out on Gerrit Cole, very tough. Luis Hill, he was a significant spark, young as he is. He's also going to be out for a time. If they lose Gerrit Cole, the World Series odds, you can bet for sure, yes, they will shift significantly. You need your ace to have a solid chance at a World Series. You can check, historically, teams that have not had a true ace, how many of them have actually had a chance at a World Series. So if Gerrit Cole effectively is lost for the season, the same thing can be said for the aspirations of the Yankees to go to the World Series. This is a tough blow for the Yankees. And right now, if you are a partial to the Bronx Bombers, you might actually set the alarm. This is disturbing. You never want to see a pitcher waiting for further testing on his elbow, especially not a power pitcher. That cannot be stressed enough. The certain thing is, Giancarlo Stanton, at this point in so many mileage, you can only wonder, and you can only remember again, like Cashman said, he is warranted to be injured. If now he also loses the season, it really makes you want to reflect and wonder about that trade that landed Giancarlo in New York. How good has that been? Well, unfortunately, Giancarlo has lost a bunch of games. His level of play has never been there. Yes, has he had streaks in which home runs have been present? Yeah, as you can expect with him. But reality is, it didn't matter that he got into a better physical condition, that he got more cut. Health is not always associated to a chiseled body. Yes, it does favors, but still, what we actually find out is that Stanton, unfortunately, is associated that he is just that injury prone. The Yankees, definitely a very tough spot. The World Series right now hangs in a balance for the Yankees, and it definitely does seem that in New York, you should expect that Gerrit Cole and Giancarlo Stanton are more than likely going to miss the 2025 season. So will the Yankees likely miss, without them, the World Series. I'll reach you in the comments. Remember, be happy.